Okay, I believe we are live. So, hi everyone. Whoever has already joined, we'll give it a few more minutes for more people to join, and then we'll jump straight into the main session.
Sounds good.
So, welcome everybody. As you saw, that was our intro, which we shared with the announcement blog for the VLM. Thank you for joining us on this very special live demo we have planned for today. I believe this is actually our first time doing a live broadcast, so bear with us in case there are any technical difficulties as we get more familiar with it. But I think we're definitely planning to introduce this format more often, and maybe even towards maybe monthly community AMAs as well. But yeah, now today is going to be very different from our usual Twitter spaces. As the announcement suggests, we'll be demonstrating live our VLM platform, also known as WorldSeek, which we announced earlier last week in collaboration with Grab. I can assure you it is something very, very exciting and very groundbreaking to the industry, especially in terms of how this will change the way we work with visual data going forward. And for that, we have Alireza, which is co-hosting with me today, to dive deeper into WorldSeek. So thank you, Ali, as always, for jumping. Just before we jump in, I'm going to give you guys a brief explanation on how we schedule for this broadcast will look like. We'll give an introduction to the VLM itself, what this is about and how it works. After that, we will jump into the demo where we will screen share and show you how the platform at its current stage works. We'll do some searches and some fun tests together here and there. And then as we continue, we have a set of questions which Alireza will be addressing to further clarify basically on what WorldSeek is about. And at the end, we'll answer some of your questions, or even if you have any fun or interesting search suggestions that we can use during the demo of the platform. And that's about it. The session should take about 20 to 30 minutes, so shorter than usual. So yeah, let's just jump straight into it. Alireza, I'll give you over the mic.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I really like this video platform actually, or
Yeah.
streaming video, and for all of the times that we couldn't even get that buffer music working for the for the
True.
Twitter space.
On the
Now
AI.
you're showing the nice animation that the team has prepared. Yeah, would love to actually talk about VLM. Would love to talk about this WorldSeek, which is one of the platforms that we have launched together with Grab Maps. And generally as well, I think want to emphasize again that we've been working very difficult, very hard actually to productize our data. Because we can multifold the value of our data and generate much higher revenue. And this is one of the works, but there are quite a few other things that we have done, which we're going to announce, I would say early coming year. We didn't want to wait because we realized that the community is also asking us, so what's up with NATIX? But a lot of work has compounded as well with the client list, right? I think I mentioned it in our last AMA that we signed multiple contracts in the last 1.5 months. Big companies in the autonomous driving industry. Some are publicly listed, some are decacorns, and they're all using NATIX as data. And other big things that we have been working on as well, especially around world models, which I can't wait to share, beginning of the year. And again, it's not one or two, it's quite a few of them. But yeah, let's jump into this WorldSeek or the first of the many VLMs that we have integrated.
Yeah. Let's give it a few seconds until Ali does share his screen, and yeah, we'll just demo live here for you guys.
Yeah. Maybe actually before I share the screen, I want to explain what vision language model is.
Yes.
Traditionally, and this was with map making or even, generally as well, where you train a model that is detecting a certain object, right? A car, a bicycle, a traffic sign. But when you ask for anything else, it's pretty much a blank stare. It's very fast. It's very, I call it an obedient intern. It can do a very good job when you give it a data that it's trained to detect, right? But if it sees anything different or a traffic sign from a different angle, for instance, as well, it gets confused, right? And the idea how you train these detection models was basically you get a lot of pictures of traffic signs, you label them, you put bounding boxes around them, and you train a model to detect, for instance, traffic signs or cars or bicycles and so on. And vision language model is unlike that, fast but obedient intern. It's a sharp generalist. It acts like a human eye and in combination with the brain that can actually interpret scenes, right? So you can literally type in, find the person who looks like they're about to cross the street, and it will search the entire database and it would really find you all of the scenes, either from your picture database or video database that has this piece of information. So you don't have to retrain when you have a new thing. You don't have to have predefined labels, so to say. It understands both images and also words, right? So one use case is that you can type in something and it finds that for you in your entire database, right? So you can type in like, find me a tilted traffic sign, and it will find you in your entire imagery database. The other use case is that you can give it a picture or a video and it will describe you exactly what happens, as if you were watching it and you were telling your friend what exactly happens in every second of the video or within an image. And this is revolutionary because when we were dealing with, massive amount of data, I mean, just with VX360, we crossed 100,000 hours of driving data, more than 1 petabyte. So we have gigabyte, terabyte, and petabyte. And when you want to find an interesting situation and scenario within this database, it's very difficult, right? And it's not efficient to every
It
time
takes
you want to look
thousands
for
of
something.
hours, right? Just to
Sorry.
search them. It would take like thousands of hours to
it
actually
would
find.
take it would take thousands of hours, or if you rely on, let's say, traditional object detection models, every time, let's say, we're looking for a pothole, we need to train a model that can detect potholes and then go throw it at the data set and then say, hey, find me now all of the data that
Yeah,
that
yeah,
has the
true.
potholes. Now with VLM that changes. So now our data, it's like a ice pick that allows you to really find those very interesting situations and scenarios. And this use case is for map making, but we are also integrating it for autonomous driving. So I hope that explanation was clear. I think a lot of companies that are working with visual data, they will be using VLMs, vision language models, and yeah, we have also been so we saw this actually, a solution that Grab has, and that's why we decided, okay, it's a perfect match for our data, and they're running it actually on their own data sets as well. And because of our partnership, we are, if I'm not wrong, we are either one of the first or the first third-party company that also had access to this platform, and we can basically search our database with any human readable queries. So let me share my screen. I don't know if you have any question as well, or sign on. Meanwhile, I share, Alvis. Otherwise,
Yeah, I think let's jump on the sharing the screen, and then as we test, I'll get you through some questions, of course. But yeah, also meanwhile, guys, feel free on the chat that we have on the broadcast. Any questions that you have regarding the VLM, regarding WorldSeek in particular, if you have any suggestions or interesting suggestions, as I said, you'll see now during the demo, we can also try that. But feel free to submit it in the chat there, and we'll definitely look at it.
sounds good. So
Now,
I don't know if, yeah, there we go.
now everyone should see. Yes.
Exactly. So look, I'm gonna give you the. Can you hear me? Okay,
Yes. Yes.
perfect. So I'm gonna give you the honor of giving me the first prompt. What do you want me to search for?
Oh, let me see. Maybe Cybertruck.
That's your favorite. Okay. There we go. I think like with so you can see, I mean, the platform. This is, by the way, we just uploaded some sample data of LA. So it's not even our entire database. This is just for the sake of demoing it. And even you see the coverage within LA is not is not full. It's not full coverage, but it's still fine. So once you type in down below, you get like a preview of all of the imagery that it found with the date and the location for the data. And on the map, it also shows you essentially where it detected this thing. So if I click on it, you can see that it's a Cybertruck. Or if you go to another frame, Cybertruck, you can even
Oh, cool.
do one of my favorite ones that I tried was tilted traffic sign. Because it's not just, hey, detect me a traffic sign, but it gives you more context, right? It has to be tilted, and that's usually a harder kind of thing.
Sure.
But let's try.
So it has to see that it's tilted. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
That's a traffic sign. Yeah.
That's a traffic sign. So if there is no data, actually, so I just tried it. If there is no data, it finds you the shortest distance, so to say, to that thing. So so we don't have a tilted traffic sign. I thought we do,
I
actually.
think they were on the third photo. Well, at
Yeah,
least
I
a bit
thought we
tilted.
do, but we don't. But it's all good. Let's try another one.
Pothole.
Let's try it. Or manhole. You know the difference between manhole and a pothole, right? I also didn't know that.
No, not
Interesting.
really.
So pothole is basically when there's a damage on the road surface, right?
Yeah.
And it's deep. Manhole is these like human created. I'll show you. Oh, look. This is a manhole, for instance, or this is a manhole,
Ah,
not a pothole. right?
Ah,
If a
okay,
city, for
okay.
example, wants to know all of their manholes and what is the latest status of these things, right? They can very
Yeah,
easily type in. And by the way, another feature is that you can zoom in into a
amazing.
certain area, and you can just search a very explicit area for the query that you have. So you
Okay.
don't have to always like search the entire LA. You can go into a certain street and then search for
That's
exactly
cool.
that area for what you're looking for. Let's try another one. This one is also, let's try construction zone, for example. Let me see. Wait, give me a second. Okay. There we go. It also shows, for example, the exact address that these things were,
Oh, the correct address too. That's craziness.
exactly.
Wonderful.
Well, let me try another one. Bus and pedestrian.
But the fact that it can give you in like a split second, like there's, as you said,
Yeah,
thousands and thousands hours of
yeah.
footage, and you can find it in a split second, and it knows what you're searching for
You
is.
can see this is like an interesting situation where you have a bus and a pedestrian. And again, I mean, for sake of map making, this might not be, interesting. But when it comes to autonomous driving, you want to know the interaction between an ego vehicle and a bus and a pedestrian whenever these things are in a scenery. So you can look within your 100,000 hours of video data
Yeah,
and find all of these situations where these kind of events are happening, and that's the power of VLA. I think I even searched for skateboard, and I think
skateboard.
we
Yeah,
did have something in the database, if I'm not wrong.
I mean, there's
There we
so
go.
many things you can search for. Like
Yeah,
you just sit down and play with it. The possibilities are like infinite. Really.
exactly. And again, yeah, the same way that Google made web searchable for users, and many use cases came out of that, right? I think this is giving our data together with this technology will make the physical world searchable, right?
Yeah,
With any human readable queries. And I think, to be very honest with you, we know some use cases that we have identified, but in my opinion, really sky's the limit. You can look into the foot traffic of different shops, for example. If you want to know how they're performing, you can look into asset inventory. So if there's a tilted traffic sign, if there is a missing traffic sign, you can even give in another feature that I didn't show you actually yet. You can even give it a picture of so here I have this asset, which is a construction car, and even if you give this picture, it finds you in that imagery any place that such a thing is seen, right? Or anything similar to it,
you
right?
can
So
you can upload a picture too, and it will find you what you're looking for.
exactly. So you can see that we have one picture that actually one of these equipments is there.
Yeah,
Or we can also try. I had these predefined, but I just pulled them out like 10 minutes before our AMA. I mean,
crazy.
this is a boring one, right? Just a stop sign.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can
of course.
find usually places that you have stop signs, so to say.
But you can search for like red Corvette, anything like super, super. You can get super,
Oh,
super specific,
let's
right?
try that. Red.
I mean, the chances of it being in this
Did I
data
spell
pool
it right?
is small, but
Did I spell it right?
no, Corvette. It's CO.
The red car, though.
Oh yeah, that's a red car. Yeah,
but
so
but I did try, like, for example, Porsche. Uh,
Porsche, just a
Porsche,
Porsche.
not just Porsche Cayenne or 911, but I tried 911 and then I tried Cayenne, and it actually worked. It found out
Where
a
with
couple
Cayenne?
of, I think here you see a 911.
That's
Or you
a
can actually search for recycle bins. I'm pretty sure you will find this image as
that's a
well.
911, no?
That is a 911. And now let's search for Cayenne. I'm not sure if I spelled it right, but let's see. I think I did.
Yeah, I think that's right.
There we go.
That's a Porsche. Cayenne Turbo.
Yeah,
Yeah, it does fun. It's super. I mean, one of the suggestions we also had, I don't know who said it, is like, for example, you can also work with like government or police departments, if they, I mean, it goes
exactly.
into the anonymization a little bit, but if given the license from those guys, could also work that way.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's definitely a use case.
But we
Um,
anonymize, for example, like when it comes to like license plate, that's the only thing that,
Yeah, we don't do that because the data that we feed into these platforms, they again, this is just a test platform, but
yeah,
all of our data is actually strictly anonymized for faces and number plates. So you can't. I mean, the data by nature it's redacted. So
yeah,
even if you say, "Find me this license plate," it's just not going to find you because everything is redacted, right? But if you ask me, I think for example, if you go to a city like Dubai or London, where there's a lot of CCTV camera footage, they're definitely going to use VLM. I mean, this old way of tracking stuff is very difficult and it's obsolete in my opinion. And with VLM, you can actually do that
yeah.
much more efficient for these kind of generic use cases where you don't know exactly what you will be looking for, but you might be looking for a cyclist that is wearing a red hoodie. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's perfect. Um, Guys, I would love to hear your suggestions. Put some in the chat if you have any fun. It can be fun, it can be interesting, it can be whatever you think of. I mean, we have the tool right here. You won't get the chance outside of this call right now to actually look for it. But yeah, if you have any suggestions, feel free, and we'll definitely try that. Meanwhile, Ali, what do you think are like future plans, future developments we're on the NATIX side, at least, that we're planning with the VLM platform?
So as I said, this is VLM for map relevant applications, right?
Mhm.
So or imagery. This is VLM run on imagery. And we're doing the same thing now with video data, where you can search our video database and look for certain long tail scenarios and edge cases. So you can basically, search for harsh weather conditions or interaction with cyclists and pedestrians and things like that. So there are a lot of use cases that you can do, or you can generally have multiple videos and you can have description to those videos. So when a customer is searching our database, they know exactly what they're getting, so to say, right?
Yeah.
I think this just adds value to our data, enables our data to be searchable, but also adds, an extra layer of metadata and information that, increases the value of our data.
But we'll also, if, for example, in the future, we've always said that we'll expand our multi-camera infrastructure into others. So also those footages, those data can also be fed into this, right?
Any data,
Indeed.
any data.
Any data,
So,
yeah.
yeah, it doesn't matter what kind of hardware we have been using. Any data, we can search it. That's the beauty of VLM, right? It's pretty generalist. It wasn't trained for a certain type of camera and whatnot, but it's pretty generalist. So yeah, it's really it's a again, it really enables you to search massive amounts of data and look for all of those interesting situations and scenarios and events that you're looking for without having to one by one train a model that basically is custom to detect that event, right?
Yeah.
And I think that as I said, it's not just NATIX, but the world is going towards using VLM. It's getting better and better every day, which is quite interesting for me as well to watch the progress. But I think it will become a commodity in 1 or 2 years even.
I mean, it's powered through AI. So the better AI advances, the better it recognizes things, the better the VLM we get as well. So, of course.
Exactly.
Um, okay, so I see some from Cryptic Wolf. Hi, Cryptic Wolf. Let's search for a traffic circle, school bus, yellow bus, tractor trailer, Volvo, Tesla. So he has a
School bus.
couple suggestions.
Let's see if we have school buses.
School bus, yellow bus, maybe a yellow school bus.
Guys, this was not premeditated. You wrote it in the comments and we found it.
There you go, yellow school bus.
Multiple of them, right?
Yeah.
There's plenty of them actually. Let's see. Even here, another one. What was the other one?
We had a few. Traffic circle. I don't know exactly what. That's a
Traffic circle. I don't know what that means, but
maybe
this
traffic cone. Maybe it's a cone.
maybe. Let's
Or
see.
maybe the AI knows better than us.
You mean a roundabout? Maybe that's what they mean.
Roundabout could be.
Could be a wording for that.
True. So it did understand the roundabout, though.
It did understand a roundabout.
Better than us understood it.
Yeah. Actually, we had this discussion as well with one of the guys from Grab, where, again, because it's trained on such large amounts of data, it has the ability to really understand this within multiple languages, right? Some people refer to it as a square, some people refer to it as a roundabout, some as traffic circles, right? And it still understands all of these things. What was there was another one as well. I just
a tractor trailer, a Volvo, and a Tesla. So tractor trailer. Tractor is TRACTOR.
Tractor trailer.
Tractor is
a tractor trailer.
Yeah, that's a tractor. Yeah.
I don't see much else.
And there's trailers. It finds trailers.
Yeah, but you can play around with, like, let me see if there's a red Tesla or blue Tesla. Even somebody said Tesla.
Yeah, you can get more specific. Yeah, they said Volvo or Tesla.
So red Tesla, no, but blue Tesla, let's try, because the first result wasn't. So we just don't have it on our
on our data set. Yeah,
it's kind of blue actually. Or is it black? I think it is blue. Yeah.
Good. And Ali, do we have? Are there any? We've gotten this question, I think, before. Are there any customer leads?
Definitely. We're in touch with quite a few map makers and smart city planners for WorldSeek. They're very interested. That's why we curated this demo as well for them, and we're working with them slowly and figuring out. So yes, there are multiple leads that we're working on as well, and again, on the autonomous driving side, I think we're gonna announce some stuff early next year. There's a lot more that we have done. There we already have even customers already.
Amazing. Yeah, I think January is gonna be a big one in terms of announcements. So
Q1 is gonna be great.
Yeah. Are you able to find the construction site and see images over the past 2-4 weeks to check the progress? That's a very nice suggestion.
Yes. So basically, I have to check if we have enough data, but yes, you can do that, and it finds you all of the imagery and exactly the time that it was detected, and you can go back in the time. So yes, definitely, that's also.
And you can check the same. I guess you can check the same location then again later on, because what they want to know is, for example, if there's a construction site 4 weeks ago and maybe now it's not anymore.
Yeah. So if you have the new data, you can check the iterations of the data as well. Definitely.
Amazing. Yeah, for sure you can do that. That's why it's going to be something. I mean, could be definitely one of the main use cases for cities and municipalities to look at this.
Yeah. Or I were just thinking the other day. If you're McDonald's and you have paid a certain company to do advertisement for you, and you want to see all of your advertisement placements, right? All of your billboards, and if they're still there or not, you can just search, or you can go to a certain location, or just generally search McDonald advertisement, and if it's printed on a bus, if it's on a billboard, all of these results are going to pop out, and then you can do some sort of an analytics on top of that, right? What is your visibility over a day? And again, the more data that gets populated here, the more powerful the system gets. So again, this is just for, as you can see, these blue lines are the data that we have ingested with the platform. So it's not even that much for the sake, but we're amplifying this actually. We're starting with LA, and then we're also going to do, based on the customer needs, we're also going to do other parts of the world as well.
Yeah. I mean, with enough data, there's literally a use case for everybody and every business.
Exactly.
So yeah. Okay. Let me see. I don't see any other question here. Meanwhile, Ali, also, can anyone join as beta tester for WorldSeek? Basically, I think we've gotten a couple questions in our community, and some people want to test it out. I guess it's fun. So
yeah, so I'll think of the way that we can let the community also test it out. But for now, this is only for businesses because we asked businesses to pay essentially for using this platform, right? So it's right now just for business development, that the businesses will get access. We have to give them access into the platform. But I've heard that a lot from the community. So let me see how I can kind of make this accessible to the community as well, at least to test around. Or maybe with some users that have been extremely long-term users of NATIX, or very hot users of NATIX, we will open up some sort of a special treatment for these guys.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, I mean, if you guys are very, very like into it, very interested, and you could think of a couple like use cases and stuff. You might have contacts who might need the platform, whatever, and you also want to test it out, like 100% reach out, and we can definitely do something, of course.
Exactly. So if you have a use case for it, or you want to build something on top of it, get in touch with us. We're happy to give you access or even support you. And if you're just, like me, wanting to geek into something new, then, still reach out, and we will see if we can try to figure out something. If it's a lot, then we have to kind of manage. But I think for a few hardcore community members, we can at least on a short-term basis figure something out.
Yeah, I mean, I when I see the platform, I get like the same feeling that I got when like ChatGPT first came out. Like maybe you don't remember, but like everyone in the beginning when Chat came out, like we were just like there typing like random questions, just to see how it answers, what it gives to us. Now we use it like literally every day. Like it's part of everyone's job.
Exactly, and I think this is going to be the same thing.
Feels the same here,
Yeah, with these kind of databases. Again, I would like to make that parallel that Google made the web searchable, and VLM and our data essentially will make the real world searchable, which is very, very powerful. And then the holy grail of this whole vision is world foundational models, where we can simulate the world in basically super realistic. We can simulate the 4-dimensional reality, 3-dimension space, and the 4th dimension being time, with the physics of it. And you can use the simulated version of the reality to train cars and autonomous robots and sidewalk robots and humanoids, all of them inside the simulated version of reality. I think that's the holy grail, and that's what we're aiming for with NATIX as well. But to create that, you need our network, you need our data. So that's why we're positioning ourselves quite early in the market within this direction.
Yeah, of course. Are there ways you can incentivize community to map certain areas if there is a customer need for the data? A question from a member.
Definitely. So within DriveN, we came up with region-based missions. So we still have that as well. But for autonomous driving, which is currently our main focus, we didn't have street level again because we are much more focused in autonomous driving than map making. And in map making, there are requirements that, hey, we have a blind spot on this street or this area. Can you please send your mappers to map that area, right? All good. And we created those area specific missions too. But in autonomous driving, nobody wants a specific street from us, right? They usually ask us, hey, can you give us a certain amount of kilometers or driving hours in US or in New York and LA and all these kind of different cities or countries, right? We want different weather conditions, different road types. These are the requirements that we have. So because of this, and because VX360 is predominantly the data is being sold to autonomous driving players and physical AI players, we haven't really pursued this direction of localized mapping. Yes, we also sell the data to the map makers, including yeah, I mean, let me not spoil this. We're gonna hear more about it in Q1. But some of the biggest map makers will be using NATIX's data as well. But because our main job is not to cater to the map makers, but to the autonomous driving companies, it's a slightly different requirements that we're trying to address here and optimize for.
Perfect. Thanks, Ali, for the answer, and I hope that does answer your question, Pantera. Okay, let me give one last look. This did go longer than I expected, to be honest. Let me give one last look to the chats if there's any other question. None here on Discord and on Telegram. Okay. Thank you. Pantera says, yeah, of course. Okay, Ali, I think that about wraps it up. I don't know if you have any closing remarks, basically, or one last 2 points before we.
No, I think it's this is just tip of the iceberg. As I said, we did a lot of work last year, which compounded towards end of the year, and for me as well. Usually Q1 and Q4 are closing seasons, right?
Yeah.
In traditional Web2 world as well, that's where most of the contracts get signed because well, part of Q3 as well. But summertime everything is off. Christmas time everything is off. So I think Q1 is going to be very big, both from new things that we're going to announce, but also the current one that we're going to both from new opportunities that we're going to close, but also stuff that we're going to announce that we're working with customers and partners and so on. Yeah, I can't wait to share, but every week or two, happy to also share an alpha, by the way. One of the largest open source autonomous driving organizations will be using NATIX's data to build their model. And I think this is very, very big for me. We're going to announce that soon as well. But more and more players are coming to us, and they're actually building their solution using our data. So yeah, I can't wait for Q1 to share these announcements with the world and also share the works that we have done. New stuff that we have been cooking and building. And I think, generally, I don't even want to say if it's going to be a good year for crypto, but I think it's going to be a good year for physical AI, and we are in physical AI, and that's good enough for me. No matter what the market condition is, I think we're building something real here. The market is confirming it, has confirmed it already. We moved ourselves away from map making. We are fully focused on autonomous driving right now, and I think this was one of the best decisions that we did, and we're gonna see the results, coming out in the next year. But can't be more bullish on physical AI, not just for ourselves, but for any company that is involved. And I think 2026, 2027 is going to be, great years for this vertical.
Yeah. To that, I would say LFG.
LFG.
Okay, I guess that brings us at the end of today's live demo. So just want to give a huge thanks to everyone who tuned in, asked your questions, maybe shared your suggestions as well. It's always a pleasure to do these sessions, and definitely we're going to do this more, these broadcasts. I think it's a better way to connect with our community. And yeah, as always, we'll keep the conversation going on Discord. If you guys still have any questions or any suggestions, if you have any use case for this, as we said, please reach us out. Or if you think of something later, feel free to drop it there. And yeah, until next time, I would say happy holidays and see you guys soon.
Merry Christmas and happy holidays, everyone.
Cheers,
Cheers.
everyone. Bye bye.
Bye bye.